is Karina Vallejo, and this is a bit about my first semester in college. Enjoy!
So my name's Karina Vallejo. I'm a freshman, so this is my first year, second semester. I'm undecided, but I'm thinking about majoring in computer science through LS&A, which is one of the colleges here at the university. I'm from Michigan, which is near Grand Rapids, so if you heard about Grand Rapids, it's just like a little bit away from there. Why Michigan? I guess just I have a brother who goes here, so I kind of always like looked up to him, so that was one of the reasons, and also because it's in state and it's like a really good school, and I figured even if I didn't know what I wanted to do, I would still have like a chance to find what I wanted to do here, and I'd still like it's good to get a degree from Michigan, I guess. Since I'm undecided, I wasn't really sure what classes to take, but I knew for sure that I was like interested in computer science, so that's why I took one of like the main courses here, like the introductory class, which is EECS 183, and I did surprisingly well in that my first semester, so this past fall. So I decided to like keep going with that, and they like the way LSA does like their credits, you have to get like a certain amount of distributions and stuff, so you have to take certain classes that fulfill those, so it kind of makes choosing classes a little bit simpler in a way. But yeah, so I came in with a lot of credits already because I had dual enrollment, so it was actually kind of hard picking classes because I wasn't like sure, because a lot of the stuff was like upper level that I needed to take already, so I was like confused. So college classes are definitely different from like high school classes for sure. You definitely in high school, I know there's like, well, at least for my case, I didn't really have to study as much in high school, so coming here I'm still learning how to like study properly, so it's a change for sure, and you just have to manage your time wisely because you do have a lot of freedom, but like time can go really quickly if you don't really put it to use. So here at the university, the campus is like, it feels like very close together because it is like all the buildings are really close to each other, and like you can walk everywhere except for like if you have something like in North Campus, so then you have to ride a bus, so that's separate. And there's also like the campus like south, there's like a south part of campus, but I don't really go there as much. That's more closer to the stadium, and so it's because like the University of Michigan was like built into Ann Arbor, so it's like kind of, that's why it's all compact, I guess you could say. But it's like, I like the campus because it's like close to the downtown area, so there's like a lot of places you can go, like stores and food and stuff like that. So when I first got here, it was a bit like navigating, just because I didn't always remember where everything was at, and I'm not very good with directions, but you can find your way around pretty easily, and after a while you get used to like the pace and like knowing where your classes are at. And definitely like when you walk around campus, sometimes, at least for like my experience, it can be a little like jarring, because I come from like my high school was like mainly Latinx, and like coming here there was a lot of like the majority white, and like I didn't really see people that looked like me, so that was a bit like scary at times. But then there were other times where I would like be just like walking by myself like around somewhere that looked nice when it was like warmer still, and I just like it felt like really peaceful, and I would just think like I'm really glad I get to go here despite like the fact. But there's definitely spaces for like if you want to find community here at the university. There's like the main one that I've gone to is like La Casa, which is just an organization that's like here for Latinx students and allies, and it's just like a place where you can go, and it's like a home away from home. So I live in Oxford, which is like considered part of the Hill, because they have like, so there's Central Campus and there's like North Campus, and then there's like the Hill, which is like kind of a little bit off of Central Campus. And so Oxford is considered part of the Hill, but it's like not really on the hill, it's like way past the hill. So usually I either like stay on Central and study like around there, or in between classes, or I just like go back to Oxford and I study around there because it's usually quiet. I definitely have to take the bus to a lot of places. This semester I'm taking 2 EECS courses, which is like the classes for computer science. They're on North Campus, so I have to take the bus from like Oxford to like North Campus, and thankfully there is a bus that just takes me directly there, so I don't have to like hassle and like get confused at Central Campus Transit Center, which is where all the buses stop at. So I definitely do ride the bus a lot, and it's like helpful if you know how to ride. Like they have like an app so you can like track it and stuff, so that's cool. So I mentioned before that I live at Oxford. So Oxford it's a little odd. It's like I think they used to be like apartments or something like that, and they turned them into like campus housing, so they look a little outdated, but I mean, I guess they're all right. I know a lot of them are like, well, my hall at least seems like quiet, but there's like other houses, because Oxford is split into like different houses, and there's like these two main ones that are like closer to our community center that are like more social. So there's like a study lounge, so a lot of people go there and they like know each other just when you like walk in. So if you want to get to know people at Oxford, you could go to the study lounge. Listen to like all the recommendations of like leaving your door open. Like you're bound to meet like some people in the beginning of the semester. So it's like co-ed, but it's not co-ed because like the houses have like 2 floors, and there's like the main floor and the bottom, and like one floor is for girls and the other is like for guys. So if you wanted to, like you could meet the guys, like just go down to the other floor. If you like know someone who's going to like, if you know someone who's also going to the university here, you can like choose when you're like applying for like housing or whatever, you can like put their UMich ID, and like you can choose to be their roommate. I didn't know anyone, so I just went in blind, and I get along with my roommate relatively well. Like we have our own friend circles, but like we still, in the beginning of the year, like she was like the first one to like invite me to go out and stuff like that, so that was really nice. So I think we get along relatively well. If you've never like lived with someone, it's definitely like a learning curve, so just like respect boundaries. Like if you have a question, just like ask it. I had experience like living with someone else just because I did band, so we had like band camp and stuff like that, so we would spend like a week and stuff like that. But it's definitely different from a week to like a whole like school year. There's like bathrooms on each floor for like girls, and then the guys have their own bathroom, and then I think at least for Oxford there's like one bathroom on the main floor that's just like for either gender or gender neutral. So there's that, and there is laundry, but it's like kind of scary down in the laundry. It can get dark down there, but it's all right. So at Oxford we have like our own dining hall because it's like so like far away from everything. It's called Twigs. It's all right. Sometimes people don't like it, sometimes people like it. I don't know, it's either a hit or miss with Twigs. It's dining hall food. It's either good or it's not that good, but what can you do? So I mentioned earlier about like time management, so that's really important here in like college. You'll find that you'll want to get involved in a lot of stuff, and then you have a lot of like deadlines and like stuff that you have to do along with like coursework. So learning how to like find the time to do everything is like really important, and so I'm still like mastering it. I guess just like try to stay on top of everything, even if you don't want to go to lecture, go, because then you're gonna have to catch up, and then it's not as easy. So just stay on top of everything, and like Google Calendar is really helpful, so I would recommend that. So I did want to get involved when I first like got here, but then like for instance I wanted to do like either like a cappella or like Glee or something like Glee Club, because I liked singing and I did that in high school, but I didn't get into any a cappella groups. We won't talk about that tragedy. And then I missed the auditions for Glee Club, so then I didn't do anything with singing, unfortunately. I like still wanted to get involved, so then I heard about this org, so I joined that, and that's been really fun, and I think it's like good to get involved in stuff that you're like passionate about. So I joined this org called Mi Casa Es Tu Casa, and it's just it's like outreach and like helping students gain access to resources that not accessible to them, because like usually historically disadvantaged students, so like Latinx, African American, etc. We're just trying to help out. I think that was important to me just because like I came from a school that was like underfunded, like I was low income. I think having those opportunities available to you would be like really helpful, like in high school. And now I'm like the social media specialist, so yeah. I said that this was like in state, so I live in Grand Rapids, right, Wyoming, and it's like 2 hours away, so it's like kind of far, but it's like if I needed to drive I could. I found that I didn't get very homesick just because home is just like I don't know, I like going home just because it feels like I can be more relaxed, but I still have to do like work at home, so I don't know. I try to go like at least every other month. I try to go, I think. I I don't know if I actually went every other month. So since my brother lives here on campus, he has a car, so I just use the car to like go home. I guess when I get homesick, I just like, I don't know, I have a lot of videos from home, so I just like watch videos and stuff, and it makes me a little happier, just remembering the good times. I would give advice just to like at the beginning of the school year, just like try to meet as many new people as possible, just so like you have those connections later on. So like even if it's like randomly you see someone that you know you've been like introduced to, you could be like, oh, didn't like we meet so and so, so just like you can have like connection. Meeting new people is like important in college, I guess. So it's like networking and like making your lifelong friends. That's probably like a common question, like parties and stuff like that. So they're like there if you want to go to them. So like there's Greek life obviously here at U of M, so there's like definitely frat parties and all that. So if you want to go, you can go. Just like I would just advise to be like, know your limits, be safe. Don't like feel like you have to do anything. If you want to just go to dance, you can do that, you know, just do that. I've gone out a few times, but then there have been times when I regretted it because I had like homework due, so don't be like me. Be smart about it. So my first semester, I only took 13 credits because I had already like credits coming in, so I figured I could like take it easy for the first semester. I tried to fulfill some of my distributions, so I took like CSP 105, which was like a race and ethnicity distribution, and then I took American culture / history 284, which was like about sickness and health from like 1400s to like present, so we covered a lot in that class. I don't remember what that distribution was for, but it also fit into like this minor I was thinking about, so there was that one. And then I took CSP 101 because that's required because I got accepted to the university under like that program, QR1 I believe, but that was like for quantitative reasoning. So that was 13 credits and I did well in all of them. The lowest grade I got was like a B, so that was really good. I surprised myself. I thought I was gonna do way worse in EECS because I hadn't really coded like that, so that was good. So like I mentioned, La Casa that I would try to go to, but I tried to go consistently in the beginning, but then like I kind of wasn't able to go as much in the middle. I tried to go in the end, but then I kind of felt like everyone had already made their friends. They got under like the program of like Bridge, or like they would go to Alma, which was like another program they had before classes started, but I was doing something else at the time, so I couldn't like go to that. So I felt at times like even going to the meetings that I didn't really like fit in because everyone already had their friend groups, and like people are either from like Chicago or like from Detroit, so I was just kind of like Grand Rapids. So I don't know, but everyone's really friendly, so I'm just a little shy, so I don't always feel comfortable like just inserting myself into like conversations. So try to be like outgoing, not like me. But other than that, my first semester, I think it was relatively good.
Any advice that you would give?
Remember why you're doing it, and just if you ever feel like times are getting hard, just remember that reason and just keep trying to push through, because it can get hard sometimes, but it'll all be worth it in the end.
Thanks so much for watching. As always, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this here on our YouTube, and head over to our Instagram to get more resources at umicasa.etc.